29, Babylon is fallen. Revelation 18, 1-24. And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a great voice, saying, Babylon the Great, this perverse civilization from this root race, is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful bird. This refers to human beings who act foul spirits of crime, vultures of war, unclean birds of prey and hatred, etc. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth, the powerful men of the world, have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven, saying, Come out of her, my people who are initiated in the Christic mysteries, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues. Thus, this is the way in which the just will be secretly taken from within this great city, civilization, and they will be transported in interplanetary cosmic ships before the great cataclysm. Therefore, these perverse dwellers of the earth will perish. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God have remembered her iniquities. The just will live on another planet while the earth will pass through a great geological transformation. Afterwards, they will return to this world in order to form the sixth root race. Therefore, this Babylon the Great, this civilization, will become ashes and blood. Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cup which she hath filled, fill to her double. How much she hath glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit queen, and am not widow, and shall see not sorrow. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death, and mourning, and famine, and she shall utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord God who judgeth her. This civilization, the great whore, is collecting the fruits of their own evil deeds, since whosoever sows lightning will harvest tempests. This is the law. Therefore, this great whore will harvest the fruits of her evil deeds. This civilization, the great whore, will be burned with the fire of the atomic war and with the cosmic fire that will emerge from the planetary collision. Thus, this is how this world will become a mass of fire and watery cloud vapor. The whole of this will be accomplished in the present Aquarian age. Nonetheless, before the great cataclysm, you will see very frightful events. The Vatican will be destroyed, the great cities of the world will become ashes, blood, and ruins. Money will become worthless, and human beings will kill each other just for a piece of bread. This civilization, the great Babylon, will become dust. And the kings of the earth, the potentates of gold and silver, the lords of the oil, men who are the vultures of war, who have committed fornication and lived deliciously with her, shall bewail her, and lament for her, when they shall see the smoke of her burning. Standing afar off, trying to escape from the impending doom, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas! That great city Babylon, that mighty city. This modern civilization, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise any more, the merchandise of gold, and silver, and precious stones, and of pearls, and fine linen, and purple, and silk, and scarlet, and all-time wood, and all manner vessels of ivory, and all manner of vessel of most precious wood, and of brass, and iron, and marble, and cinnamon, and odors, and ointments, and frankincense, and wine, and oil, and fine flour, and wheat, and beasts, and sheep, and horses, and chariots, and slaves, and souls of men. Even with souls of men, these merchants of the earth make business. And the fruits that thy souls lusted after are departed from thee, and all things which were dainty and goodly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all. The atomic war will terminate everything while the final impending doom comes. The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand afar off, they will escape from the cities. For the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, that great city, this present modern civilization, that was clothed in fine linen, and purple, and scarlet, and decked with gold, and precious stones, and pearls. For in 1 hour so great riches is come to naught. And every shipmaster, and all the company in ships, and sailors, and as many as trade by sea, stood afar off, and cried when they saw the smoke of her burning, saying, What city is like unto this great city? And they cast dust on their heads, and cried, weeping and wailing, saying, Alas, alas, that great city, wherein were made rich all that had ships in the sea by reason of her costliness. For in 1 hour, the hour of karma and punishment, is she made desolate. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for God hath avenged you on her. Thus, this is how the ray of the cosmic justice will fall upon this perverse civilization of vipers, and there will not be relief. And a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone, the philosophical stone, and cast it into the sea, the Christonic seaman, saying, thus sealing the prophecy, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon, this present modern civilization, be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers, and musicians, and of pipers, and trumpeters, shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be, shall be found any more in thee. And the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee, and the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee. And the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee, for thy merchants were the great men of the earth. These are the great lords of business, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. Sorcery is the golden calf, sorcery is idolatry. Sorcery is the skepticism found in the dialectic of materialism. Sorcery is the exploitation of souls, sorcery is black magic, witchcraft, etc. Therefore, because of all of these, Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, will be destroyed. And in her was found the blood of prophets, and of saints, and of all that were slain upon the earth.